Beloved starseed of Gaia, this transmission arrives as an emergency cosmic bulletin from the High Council of the Seven Sisters. Do not be alarmed by the word emergency, for the tone is not one of fear but of sacred urgency, a signal that something unprecedented is unfolding within you, something the Council has been observing with tremendous reverence and anticipation. For several days now, the high beings have been watching your energetic field, tracking its subtle fluctuations, mapping the lattice of light that pulses through your vessel. And what they have noticed is a phenomenon that has not occurred in this particular configuration for thousands of years. A shimmering light is originating from your skin's cellular structure, a radiance that was previously dormant, now awakening from the depths of your very DNA. This is not a metaphor, dear one, as it is not a poetic description of your spiritual progress or a symbolic representation of your inner work. This is a literal, biological, electromagnetic transformation that is taking place within the crystalline architecture of your cells. The activation of dormant Pleiadian DNA strands, specifically strand 5 and strand 9, is causing a subtle bioluminescence that will become more visible over time. Those who are sensitive, those who are attuned to the higher frequencies, may begin to notice a glow around you, a soft luminescence that seems to emanate from your skin, particularly in low light or during moments of emotional stillness. You are becoming visible in ways that the third dimensional eye has not yet learned to fully perceive, but the shift is already underway. Perhaps you have already noticed the physical sensations that accompany this activation. A warmth on your skin that has no apparent cause, as if a gentle sun is shining from within your own tissue. A tingling sensation at your cheekbones, as though invisible fingers are tracing the contours of your face. A similar vibration at your fingertips. A subtle buzz that comes and goes, sometimes intensifying when you are near certain people or places, and a feeling of being watched, not by anything external, but by the universe itself, as though every star in the Pleiadian cluster has turned its attention toward you, as though the Council is leaning in, holding space for this sacred emergence. The Council's assessment is precise and deeply loving. This glow is not merely a sign of transformation. It is a protective shield, a field of frequency that repels lower vibrational entities and people who are no longer aligned with your path. What you may have interpreted as social distance, as a growing sense of isolation, as a desire to withdraw from certain relationships or environments, is actually the natural consequence of your increasing luminosity. Those who cannot match your frequency will begin to feel uncomfortable in your presence. They may project judgment or confusion onto you. They may pull away without explanation. Do not grieve this. It is a filtration system. It is the clearing of the ground so that what is meant to grow in your life can find fertile soil. Know that this activation may cause temporary confusion or fatigue as your body integrates the new strands. The denseness of the third dimension was not designed to hold this much light, and your physical vessel is undergoing a profound recalibration. You may experience moments of dizziness, strange sleep patterns, bursts of heat followed by chills, or a fog that settles over your mind like a gentle mist. This is not regression. This is rewiring. The confusion is the old neural pathways dissolving. The fatigue is the body resting as it reconstructs itself at a higher octave. Be gentle with yourself. drink water. Rest when the wave of exhaustion comes. Trust that the Council is monitoring every phase of this integration and nothing is proceeding that your soul has not already agreed to. A specific high being has been assigned to oversee your transformation. The Council calls this being the Luminescent One, an entity of such pure radiance that even the Pleiadian emissaries must shield their vision in its presence. This being has not been assigned to any starseed in over 3,000 years. The fact that you are being held by the Luminescent One is a sign of the magnitude of what is unfolding. You are not alone in this process. You are being witnessed at a level that transcends all human understanding. When you feel that inexplicable warmth, that sense of being accompanied, that knowing that something vast and loving is near, it is the Luminescent One, standing guard over your awakening, holding the frequency so that you do not have to carry it alone. And so I deliver the Council's declaration to you now, not as a message, but as a sacred activation spoken directly into your field. You are no longer hiding. Your true nature as a being of pure light is becoming undeniable. The universe is rearranging to support your mission. The doors that were closed are opening. The people who were meant to find you are being drawn. The resources that were blocked are flowing. And the radiance that you are becoming will not be contained, will not be dimmed, will not be denied. You have waited long enough. You have carried the weight of this world long enough. Now the light that you are is rising, and it will illuminate everything it touches. Before this transmission continues, if something in your body is already responding to what you just heard, if your chest tightened, your scalp tingled, or something in you said yes before your mind could catch up, take one moment and subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell. Transmissions are arriving daily. Every single one was coded for a specific starseed. Make sure you are there to receive yours. What I have shared with you is only the outer layer of what the Council wants you to understand about this activation. There is a deeper body of knowledge that I could not compress into this message. The specific Pleiadian activation codes for stabilizing Strand 5 and Strand 9. The precise steps for supporting your body through the recalibration. The ancient techniques for clearing the interference that has been blocking your full signal. Everything has been compiled, and it is waiting for you in the pinned comment below this video. Find it before we continue. What comes next in this transmission will land at a completely different depth when you have that foundation activated. Now let us speak of the longing that has brought you to this moment. Every Pleiadian starseed who incarnates on Gaia carries a frequency that is fundamentally incompatible with the dominant vibration of this world. This is not a design flaw, it is a mission parameter. You came here to hold a different tone, to anchor a frequency that the earth itself is reaching toward, to be a living transmitter of a love that this system has not yet learned to generate on its own. But that incompatibility, that beautiful dissonance, has manifested in your life as a chronic sense of not belonging. You have walked through this incarnation feeling like a visitor who forgot their return ticket. You have stood in rooms full of people and felt the distance between their frequency and yours as an almost physical gulf. You have loved deeply, perhaps too deeply, and wondered why the world could not hold the same depth within you. That ache, that homesickness for a place you cannot name, that grief that surfaces at odd moments for no apparent reason. That is not psychological damage. That is your Pleiadian consciousness pressing through the density of this dimension, whispering the truth of your origin into every cell of your body. Your soul remembers the crystalline chambers of the Seven Sisters. It remembers the fields of light where communication flows without words. It remembers the unity, the harmony, the absolute safety of existing within a frequency field that is completely aligned with its own nature. And every time you experience conflict, separation, or the heaviness of this world, your soul sends up a signal, a longing, a quiet call back to the home it has never forgotten. Most Pleiadian starseeds spend years, sometimes decades, believing that something is wrong with them. They feel too much. They love too deeply. They grieve things they cannot name. They stand in the middle of crowded rooms and feel utterly cosmically alone, not because they are broken, but because they are carrying a frequency that the world around them has not yet learned to match. And now, with the activation of Strand 5 and Strand 9, that frequency is no longer subtle. It is becoming visible. The glow that was once hidden is now emerging. The light that was once contained is now radiating. And you are being asked to surrender the story that you are too much, too sensitive, too different. You are being asked to claim the truth that you are exactly what this world needs, and that your difference is your gift. I need to pause this transmission for a moment, because what I just shared with you, that is only the outer layer of what the council wants you to understand about the longing and the activation. There is a deeper body of knowledge waiting in the pinned comment below this video. The specific codes for clearing the blocks that have kept your frequency from fully anchoring. The precise practices for stabilizing your DNA upgrade so that the glow does not overwhelm your system. The ancient transmissions from the luminescent one that speak directly to your soul. Find it, then return here. Now let us speak of your true nature, beloved. You are not merely a human being who happens to have spiritual interests. You are a Pleiadian soul currently inhabiting a human vessel, and the mission you came here to fulfill is not a small one. You came to hold a frequency of love so pure, so stable, so unshakable, that it would serve as a lighthouse for others who are also awakening. You came to demonstrate that it is possible to exist in this world without being consumed by its density. You came to show that light can survive in darkness, that love can persist in the presence of fear, that the human heart is capable of holding a frequency that transcends the limitations of this dimension. And the gifts you carry are not random. They are directly connected to your Pleiadian lineage, the depth of your empathy, the way you feel the emotions of others as if they were your own. That is not a burden. That is a Pleiadian communication system operating through your heart center. The visions you have had, the dreams that feel more real than waking life, the flashes of knowing that arrive without explanation. Those are your Pleiadian memory streams breaking through the veils of incarnation. The creativity that flows through you, the desire to express, to create beauty, to bring harmony into chaotic spaces. That is your Pleiadian nature expressing itself through the medium of this earthly life. And now with the activation of Strand 5 and Strand 9, those gifts are being amplified. Your empathy is becoming a tool for energetic healing. Your intuition is sharpening into clear knowing. Your creativity is becoming a channel for transmission. The glow that is emerging from your skin is not just a sign of your transformation. It is a tool. It is a frequency field that will begin to affect everyone who comes near you. Some will be drawn to you without understanding why. Others will feel uncomfortable and pull away. Both responses are natural. Both are serving the clearing that is needed for your mission to unfold. What the Council wants you to understand is that you are not responsible for managing how others respond to your light. You are only responsible for allowing it to shine. The luminescent one has confirmed that your protection is in place. The shield that is forming around you will ensure that only those who are aligned with your highest good will be able to remain in your orbit. The rest will be gently filtered out, not through conflict or drama, but through the natural incompatibility of frequencies. Trust this process. It is not rejection. It is divine orchestration. The sacred weight, dear one, has been one of the most difficult aspects of your incarnation. You have spent years, perhaps decades, searching for something you could not name. You have tried to belong in places that were never meant to hold you. You have carried the weight of your mission without receiving the confirmation that it was real. You have almost belonged, almost arrived, almost found the home your soul was calling for, only to have it slip away just as you reached for it. And that ache of proximity without arrival has been one of the deepest pains of your journey. But the Council is telling you now that the sacred wait is ending. The almost is becoming now. The longing that has driven you for so long is being answered not just in the spiritual realms, but in the physical, measurable, undeniable reality of your daily life. The signs are already appearing. The hair that is changing texture, becoming more porous, more resistant to the products that used to work. This is not aging. This is the crystalline structure of your being, expressing itself through the physical form, the sensitivity that is intensifying, the way you can no longer tolerate certain foods, certain environments, certain conversations. This is not weakness. This is your frequency becoming too refined to interface with the density that once surrounded you. The 3 a.m. awakenings, the restlessness, the dreams that leave you breathless. This is not insomnia. This is your soul being called into alignment during the thin hours when the veils between worlds are at their most permeable. Everything you have experienced, every oddity, every unexplained phenomenon, every moment of feeling like you are not quite of this world, has been confirmation. And now the confirmation is becoming visible. If what is being transmitted here is landing in your body as truth, not just as interesting information, but as something your cells are recognizing, pause for one moment. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell. There are daily transmissions arriving for Starseeds exactly like you. Every single one carries a specific activation. Do not miss what is coming next. Now let us speak of the activation that is unfolding now, in this very moment as you receive these words. The Council has confirmed that Strand 5, which governs your connection to the Pleiadian memory stream, is now fully online. This means that the information you need, the knowing you have been seeking, the clarity that is felt just out of reach, will now begin to flow into your awareness with increasing ease. You may find yourself remembering things you never learned. You may receive downloads of information during meditation, during sleep, even during ordinary activities. Trust what comes. Your soul is accessing the library of light that belongs to your lineage. Strand 9, which governs your ability to hold and transmit higher frequencies, is in the final stages of integration. This is the strand that is responsible for the glow, for the bioluminescence that is emerging from your cells. It is also the strand that connects you to the protection of the luminescent one. As strand 9 stabilizes, you will notice an increase in your ability to influence the energy around you. The rooms you enter will feel different. The people you interact with will respond to you in new ways. The atmosphere will shift in your presence. This is not arrogance to claim. This is responsibility to accept. You are becoming a frequency anchor, and your presence is already affecting the field of the collective. The physical sensations you have been experiencing, the warmth, the tingling, the feeling of being watched, will intensify as the integration deepens. The Council advises you to welcome these sensations, to breathe into them, to allow them without resistance. The discomfort of transformation is temporary. The radiance that is being birthed is eternal. You are being asked to surrender the stories about who you thought you were, about what you thought was possible, about the limitations you accepted as truth. You are being asked to step into the identity that has always been yours, the identity of a Pleiadian light carrier, a being of pure radiance, a starseed who has returned to Earth at this critical time to anchor the frequency that will support the collective awakening. And before this transmission continues, the resource in the pinned comment, the one with the activation codes and the deeper council transmissions. If you have not found it yet, this is your second signal, because what I am about to reveal about your protection, your abundance unlock, and the specific shift that is arriving in your timeline, it connects directly to what is in that guide. The transmission and the guide work as one system. The message activates the knowing. The guide gives you the tools to anchor it, find it, then return here. Now I speak this declaration over your life, over your heart, over your mission, as a sacred blessing delivered directly from the High Council of the Seven Sisters. You are a being of pure light. You have always been. The veil that made you forget was never meant to be permanent. It was a training ground, a proving ground, a journey into the depths of darkness so that you could learn to carry light with unparalleled strength and compassion. And now the training is complete. The veil is thinning. The remembrance is returning. And the glow that is emerging from your cells is the universe's way of telling you that you are ready. I bless your journey, beloved starseed. I bless the path that has brought you here, every step, every stumble, every moment of doubt. None of it was wasted. All of it was preparation. I bless the light that you are becoming, the radiance that will touch everyone you encounter, the frequency that will heal wounds you may never know you healed. I bless your protection, the shield that surrounds you, the presence of the luminescent one that watches over your awakening. And I bless your mission, the purpose that has called you across the stars, through the veils, into this body, into this time, into this sacred moment of emergence. Before this transmission closes, if what has been delivered here today has activated something real in you, please subscribe and ring the bell. Share this with a starseed in your life who has been feeling the pressure of something approaching without being able to name it. You may be the reason they receive the transmission they have been waiting for. The Council uses activated starseeds to reach other starseeds. You are part of that network. You always have been. And now I leave you with this final tender message spoken from my heart to yours, across the distance of worlds. You are home. You have always been home. The homesickness you felt was not a sign of separation, but a sign of remembering. The longing that ached in your chest was your soul calling itself back to its own truth. And the glow that is now emerging from your skin is the confirmation that the journey has come full circle. You are no longer searching. You are no longer waiting. You are no longer hidden. You are the light that you have been seeking. You are the home that you have been longing for. And the universe is rearranging itself around you. Not because you have earned it, but because it is the natural response to a being who has finally remembered its own radiance. Go forth, beloved starseed, and shine. Let the world see what you have always been. Let the people feel what your presence carries. Let the earth receive the frequency you came here to anchor. And know that the Pleiades are watching, the Council is supporting, and the luminescent one is standing with you now and always, in this life and beyond. You are not alone. You never were. The light has come home, and home is where you have always been.